So, what's going on today?
Well, we got tanks in. I had to enlarge these holes because these new tanks are a little higher than the old homemade ones.
Okay.
And we moved the fuel pump from here up to here. And I'm just hoping that it's going to draw the tank properly. If not, then we got to put it down here again.
Okay.
But I'm trying to make as much room as possible for checking oil and adding and changing engine oil.
Okay.
So
This is the Janison Bombardier.
now this is main wire for power steering. Has to be hooked up here yet, but I was going to change the battery to a post solid post battery where you can add on to the post instead of this setup here, with
Why is that?
well, they added all this onto the end of a bolt, so if you want to disconnect I'll get a light to show you. This way here, if you want to disconnect, you have to loosen this nut and then this one to open it up. And these clamps are not brass, and they can only take so much and then they're loose.
Okay.
But anyway, tanks are on. So we'll decide. I want to put a battery shut off here.
Okay. What's going on in the inside? Anything new there?
Well, on the inside, I got the rotor, but they forgot to cut the holes for the. Like he just cut one side here, but there's another side goes in here, so the rotor is going back to cut for the other yoke.
Okay.
Otherwise, this one is all hooked up and ready to put the brakes in.
Okay. So not much further on here. You just need that properly cut.
We put new heater hoses on because they were buggered.
Okay. Yep.
That's about all we got done on this one. Well, we put all the switches in too for these. This is all rewired, these side lights. Okay. And that's all the new switches.
Okay.
And the light bar is that red one over there, that red button. And we got to fix this a bit. This is all falling down. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do there yet, but we'll fix it.
So, but you've been spending quite a bit of time here on the Asham Bombardier. What's new here?
Well, he wanted two tanks, so I had to cut this out for the second tank.
Okay.
And the battery should have went on this side because that's where the starter is. And it's all rewired in here with this electronic, but they didn't allow enough cable to come to this side, so the battery has to go to that side.
Okay. Can you put new cable in, or is that?
No, because the wiring for this is all the wiring here for this type of electronic fuel injection. Okay. There's not enough wire to go to the other side. So we're going to mount the battery here. We mounted the fuel pump up here. The tank is in, but it doesn't give you much room for service in here or changing oil. Like if you want to check the transmission or the engine. don't like the setup, but that's what it is.
What's new on the inside here? I saw you working on here earlier.
Well, we got the drive shaft measured, and we're getting the yoke or the rotor for this one, and we get the drive shaft cut, and then all that's left is brake and the gas pedal.
Okay.
And that's a transmission mount there, that heavy chunk of iron.
Yeah, you still gotta weld that in, don't you?
No, it gets bolted in.
Oh, okay.
I could weld it in for the next guy, and then he'll get a torch and cut it out. Other than that,
Okay, any positive words for the collectors and the enthusiasts out there today?
well, the positive thing is when you get one of these, don't go hog wild on bright ideas, because if they ever have trouble, they wouldn't know where to look.
Yeah. Well, it's both of these machines is night and day in terms of what they look like now versus what they looked like when they rolled in. So, are you figuring that both of these machines might be done right around the same time, or?
Whenever they get done is when they're going to get done. I'm hoping before Christmas.
Okay, well, everybody.
Oh, I had to make these and brace them. If you look
New
down
plates for the
for the exhaust,
Yeah.
and I had can you see these
Yeah,
little tabs?
yeah.
Well, that's what holds that spring in tight against here.
Okay.
And then I put a mount on each side, so when the transmission and the motor turns, the exhaust goes with it.
Okay. Okay. Well, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.